Welcome back to our Why Christians Should Support Israel series. Now, today I'm going to give you some reasons why not just Christians, but actually every American should support Israel. We all benefit in so many ways from Israel, it only makes sense that we would support the Jewish state.
Welcome to the Israel Answers series, connecting Israel, the Bible, and you. Join Susan Michael as she explores timely issues and current events from a scriptural perspective to equip the Christian world with a balanced and biblical response. Be sure to subscribe for future episodes, which will ignite your faith and bring the Bible to life in your everyday world. Now, let's join Susan with your Israel Answers.
So why should Christians support Israel? Last week, we talked about what I called personal reasons why every Christian should appreciate and support Israel. Today, I want to talk about what I call practical reasons for why every American should support Israel. We benefit greatly from Israel. So let's talk about politically. It is vital for America that we have a country like Israel in the middle of the Middle East that has our back. She's the only democracy in the Middle East, a country that advances our interest in human rights and freedom of worship, freedom of religion, freedom of speech. And Israel's the only one stable country in a really quite volatile area. And so it really serves America to have Israel. Now, security. On the national security front, Israel's expertise in fighting terrorism is really essential, and it's second to none. So the U.S. And the Israeli military train together. They do joint operations together, especially in missile defense training and search and rescue. If there was no Israel, the United States would have to have aircraft carriers in the area, tens of thousands of troops. We would be spending billions of dollars every single year. We might get pulled into local and regional wars that now we do not have to. So instead, we can rely on Israel. Now, Israel's intelligence is also second to none, and especially when it comes to terrorism. They have warned U.S. officials on numerous times about pending threats that they found and that we were able to then prevent and attack. Israel often takes our military hardware and actually improves it. And so they built like an armor for the underneath of Jeeps and tanks. And they have saved thousands of American troops' lives from the danger of IEDs. So, and battlefield medicine. I mean, Israel has developed so many techniques for the battlefront that have saved American lives. Then even our United States police commissioners, our police chiefs, our sheriffs, they have had joint training with their counterparts in Israel, learning some of the new and best techniques. And of course, our airlines and our airport security has been greatly enhanced because of Israel's experience and expertise that they were so happy to share with their best friend, the United States. We should be so grateful for all of this. And something you don't think about a lot is the economic blessings in the United States of our relationship with Israel. You know, we have the oldest trade agreement, free trade agreement is with Israel. It's 30 years old, and it produces more than $40 billion annually. Israel spends about $25 billion in the United States each year. 30 states in the United States have cooperative agreements with Israel on things like agriculture, energy, business, homeland security, et cetera, et cetera. And over 200 multinational companies, you know, actually, most of them are American, have operations in Israel. They have R&D and development there in Israel. So these American companies benefit America back home. So thank you, Israel, for the economic blessing of our relationship with you. Then let's just talk about their innovations in technology. And, I could take a whole hour just on this, just on medical innovation alone. If you've been to the hospital recently, you have more than likely benefited from some medical technology that has been developed by Israel. I'm only going to name a couple of different things here that you may have heard of that have been in the news. There's a list of 30, 40, 50 of these. But the pill cam, you've heard about the little pill with the camera in it that you can swallow, and they can see into your colon as the pill goes through your system, which we hope is going to save a lot of people from needing colonoscopies in the future. Then there's what's called the Rewalk, which is a robotic exoskeleton, and it enables paraplegics to walk. There is the total lift bed in hospitals now. There are beds that can actually raise the patient up so that they're in an upright position. There's a nano breathalyzer that can diagnose 18 different diseases. The list goes on and on. Thank you, Israel, for your medical technology that I'm certain is saving millions of lives in America. And then there's the issue of humanitarian aid. Now, even though Israel is just the size of the state of New Jersey, believe it or not, Israel has achieved acclaim all over the world for its humanitarian aid efforts. So since 1957, Israel's foreign ministry has had a department called Mashav, and it has overseen humanitarian assistance programs in over 132 countries. They have helped 270,000 participants over the years to receive training and help that they have implemented back home in their country. But not just the Israeli government, the people of Israel are also volunteering around the world. Their foremost organization is called Israel Aid. It's a nonprofit organization made up of everyday Israelis, but they have doctors, they have medical technicians, they have just humanitarian aid workers. And anytime there is a disaster around the world, they're usually just about the first on the scene with the most advanced pop-up hospital that the world had ever seen. The United States has been assisted by Israel Aid. Since their founding in 2001, they've assisted with the Katrina hurricane disaster relief in New Orleans, I think it was Hurricane Harvey in Houston. There were wildfires in Washington State. And just recently in Florida, there was the collapse of the Surfside condominium collapse. And they came and assisted, and actually they made a huge difference in being able to determine how many bodies were there and how to recover them. So why is Israel doing all of this humanitarian assistance? Why is Israel trying to bless the world? Well, is it because they're trying to prove the world wrong? They're not really bad people after all? There might be some of that. But more significant, it's in the Jewish DNA. Their daily prayers have a thought in it called Tikkun Alam, which means to repair the world. And it comes from a scripture in Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 17. Let me read it to you. It says, "Seek justice, rebuke the oppressor, defend the fatherless, and plead for the widow." This is from the Hebrew prophets. This is in the Hebrew Bible. This is part of the DNA of Judaism and of the Jewish people. They want to make the world a better place, and they're doing whatever they can to bring that about. So there are many, many reasons why we should support Israel. Now, that brings this week to a close, and our more practical reasons, the political, the economic, the security, the humanitarian. Next week, I want you to come back. We're going to talk about the moral reasons. So you ready to go to Israel now? Go down in today's show notes, click Tour Interest List, and I want you to sign up, and we'll let you know tours and dates that we have coming up when you can go to Israel with me and see it for yourself. I also have 2 offers for you today. Well, hey, give me one more minute. I have 2 very special offers for you. First is, all you ladies out there, we have scheduled a women's tour to Israel this November 2nd through the 12th. I invite you to go with me to the land of the Bible. Let's walk the land. Let's talk the Bible. Let's have our faith restored and ignited and strengthened for the days in which we live. To sign up, I want you to go down below into today's show notes and sign up for our tour interest list. We will send you all the information. Or if it's easier, just call our tours department line at 866-393-5890. That's 866-393-5890. I want to travel Israel with you. Now, my second offer is a free download that we have developed just for you called 10 Reasons for Christians to Support Israel. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to be talking about a lot of these reasons, but I want you to have this download so that you can be preparing yourself, that you can share it with your friends and colleagues and invite them to listen in each week as I will be going over some of these reasons and going a little bit farther into depth. So in today's show notes, we link directly to this downloadable 10 reasons why Christians should support Israel. Or you can go to the outofzionshow.com landing page, click on resources, and we should have a link there for you as well. So take advantage of this free download, and I will see you back here next week, fully informed, ready to learn some more. Until then, God bless.
We hope you have enjoyed this episode of Out of Zion with Susan Michael. Be sure to subscribe to Out of Zion now on Apple Podcasts, cpnshows.com, YouTube, or wherever you like to listen and learn. Out of Zion with Susan Michael is a production of ICEJ USA, all rights reserved.